Fala galera, sejam bem-vindos ao Drácula Corp. Estamos aqui para mais um vídeo de Baldur's Gate 3, continuando de onde paramos o vídeo anterior. Vamos lá. Fala com o pessoal, o resto do pessoal aqui.
A familiar invitation. He wants you to throw the object he's dropped. But it isn't a ball. It's the astral prism.
Convidando meu companheiro favorito.
Scratch barks merrily in something like agreement.
Onde diabos você encontrou isso, garoto?
He whines. Less talk, more throw.
Menos conversa, mais arremesso. O negócio garrou ali.
You are. Starting to wonder if you'd show up.
Claro que sim, vocês mal conseguiriam viver sem mim.
You can say that with a straight face after all the times I had to come to your aid. Well, come here, will you? It's been forever.
Eu acho que bugou.
You feel a little more substantial than before. Less camping and scrounging off the land, I take it?
Tô chamando de gordinho, fica sabendo que cérebro é um alimento mais magro do que a maioria.
Filled out and healthy is what I was going for. Don't tell me you miss living off whatever scraps we found in crates and barrels. I'm glad you seem well. Trudy.
Recíproca é
I
verdadeira.
had no doubt. But I'm glad to hear you say it all the same.
Me conte o que tem feito.
Wandering, mostly. The adventuring life is almost a tonic when you're not constantly threatened by brain monsters and cultists. I can finally see the world beyond the cloister.
Achei que você gostaria de um pouco de paz e sossego depois de tudo que aconteceu.
Peace and quiet will still be there waiting once I've lived a little. Though, don't get me wrong, I've got a little cottage with a garden and animals in mind already. One of my first stops was the House of the Moon in Waterdeep. It's the largest temple of Selûne in existence. It seemed like the perfect spot to reflect on my parents, on where they came from. And where I came from too, I suppose. Hard to imagine, isn't it? Me, of all people, in the lair of the Moon Witch herself. God, your truest act of heroism was putting up with all that char and drivel I was spouting for so long.
Seus pais estariam orgulhosos de você.
Oh, I know they are. I can still sense them, I think. And one day we'll be reunited.
Você deve estar curiosa sobre o que eu tenho feito.
Must I? You presume a great deal. I'm joking. Of course I want to know. Tell me all.
Minha nova forma exige uma existência pacata, longe de olhos curiosos e corações assustadiços.
Well, you needn't count me amongst the panicky. I know what you did for all of us. I'll never forget it. Coming from me, that's saying something. Hopefully, these meetups will become a regular occurrence. It's not that I miss the tadpoles, but at least it brought us together. Now we've got to make the extra effort ourselves.
Não se preocupe. Vamos manter contato.
I'm sure we will, but let's be proactive about it all the same. We're more than capable. After all, we've faced down bigger threats than wrangling together a few social calendars. Don't be a stranger.
Nosso. Bom. Próximo.
You see, Boo?
Miski.
Boo! We are not dreaming. It is our old friend.
Também fico feliz em te ver, Minsky.
Oh, and it is good to be seen. Oh, after so many days down in the dark, Minsk began to wonder if he was some blind bug who had only dreamed himself to be large and bulksome. You will forgive the aroma, I hope. We were not expecting the Dusty One to open a portal to our very cell. Boo had a moment to lick himself clean, but there is a little too much of Minsk to cover.
Você estava em uma cela? Por que motivo?
Minsk and Boo have been helping, of course. We guard the streets, while Jahira is occupied with harperish matters. The Zentarum rule the city's underbelly, so Minsk and Boo went to give them a tickle. There were harsh words, battle cries, some manner of head wound. We awoke in a Zentish cell, awaiting trial by noble combat. Execution, says Boo, though I am not sure of the difference. It is a long walk to the gallows, and Minsk still has his fists, no?
Parece que foi nessa esse tiro bem a tempo.
In ample time indeed. So long as the Bone Mage returns us to our cell by dawn, Boo would not be late to the bloodshed. But leave such matters for the
Ele quer
morning.
voltar pra ser morto.
Tonight is for celebration and the telling of tales. How have you filled your days since we tore this sticky tyrant from the sky?
Bom, deixa tudo isso pra trás. Com um sorriso de orelha. Deixa tudo com um sorriso de orelha em orelha.
Ha! Boo does not believe your bitter words. There is much merriment to be made before the night is done. Go and greet the others. Minsk shall make himself presentable. Ah, this pond shall do nicely, Boo. Though I see no soap. So you shall have to blow the bubbles for me.
Oh, hello. Let me guess, you've got some suggestions about the music choice.
A música é ótima. Visitantes não convidados não são. Quem é você?
You have no idea who I am, do you? I thought Withers might have set the stage a little.
Exatamente quem você é. Continue, qual é o seu nome?
Milil. Though if the lack of song prayers is anything to go by, that name carries less weight than it used to. Apologies. I think I got a mote. Carried away there. You're hardly to blame. You just want to change up the music, I wager.
Eu gostaria que você tocasse outra música, por favor.
Go on then. What should I play?
Algo animado que faça dançar seria perfeito.
Fine. It's your party after all.
There you are, my friend. Breathe deep. Can you smell it?
Natureza.
You take in every scent the night breeze carries. Sweet honeysuckle, tender violets, and an earthy fragrance you can't quite recognize.
Sinto flores cheirosas e toque misterioso que não consigo identificar.
Forest trees draped in moss. Bittersweet, smoky, and that faintest hint of vanilla. A far cry from the rancid Avernus heat that's been clogging my lungs. I swear, Karlach and I have felled enough Cambions to build a fortress with their horns. Who'd have thought that just one of those fiends held the key to escaping Avernus for good? One of them sported a map and some blueprints. If you want all the gory details, Karlach can fill you in.
Como está se virando sem seus poderes de bruxo?
I think the splinters I made out of the last bone devil I saw speak for themselves. Not to pat myself too hard on the back, but I'm not such a bad ranger if I do say so myself.
Você visitou seu pai ultimamente?
I've seen him more than a few times, and he's as proud of me as I am of him. He's leading the city's renewal, opened the gates to all newcomers, rebuilt the council from scratch. And he's back in his element, commanding the Flaming Fist with brave heart and no shortage of empathy. The likes of Gortash can bend people's minds with a few chosen words. No tadpole needed. Bane's Chosen primed the Fist for a war they weren't meant to win. He convinced them there was an assassin hiding in every shadow, that cruelty was the correct answer to crisis. With a few exceptions, fathers pardoned every last fist. If my forgiveness not be Tyr's will, so be it. I shall forgive them all the same. His words, not mine. He still believes in the bow and the blade, but with Floric's help, he's teaching the fist a new lesson. Valor is found not in the wounds you inflict, but in the lives that you have bettered. May they all take it to heart.
Eu senti sua falta de viajar junto com você. Você era uma companhia agradável.
I've missed you too. The rush of battles we fought, the heart-to-hearts, the nights around the fire, the comfort of knowing I didn't face the unknown alone. If I had to do it all over again, and I'd rather not, to be clear, I can't imagine not having you at my side.
Bom,
Well, that's enough hell talk for the moment. The night's young. You shouldn't go wasting it. Or wasting any of the wine for that matter. I plan on downing half a bottle myself. Oh, did I say half a bottle? I meant half a dozen.
bom, galera, vou encerrar essa parte por aqui. A gente continua na próxima parte. Valeu, tamo junto, até a próxima. Fui!